Live from the podcast rooms in Glasgow, it's All About The Gers with Ricki Neill, Derek Ferguson and Charlie Miller.
Hello and welcome to All About The Gers. It's myself, Ricki Neill, joined with Charlie and Derek. How are you doing, guys?
Very well.
Hello, how are we?
Great weekend. Great Sunday, wasn't it, Charlie?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, brilliant Sunday. Brilliant
Super Sunday.
Aye. Beautiful Sundays.
Telling you, how good was that? But
It turned, not just that, a few other results went my way as well. So, no, it was great. It was, I've always felt we were in with a shout, with this title race. So, it gave us a big boost, innit? That's for
Maybe
sure.
we have
So,
to play on the Saturday and they play on the Sunday.
keep doing it that way.
Because we can actually win. When
Aye.
they
Do you think that
get
makes a
points.
difference, Charlie? Eh?
Seems to for us when we play on the Sunday, doesn't it?
maybe they're kind of feeling a wee bit of the pressure.
Bit of pressure.
As well. Aye.
Hopefully, I was talking to Charlie before you came in there, and basically, if we win every game until the end of the season, obviously we need to be Celtic.
End
Probably
of January, end of
End of the season.
just end of December. Sorry, I'm still getting over a weekend
End
with
of the season.
Gerrani and that.
Aye.
Aye,
as soon as I were you as soon
I was
as
at the
I-
moment, soon as I-
No problem, man.
that was a brilliant-
all right for some.
I know. I just want to say a big thank you to the Camelon Rangers, by the way. That was
as soon as said you were hopeless.
an excellent night. Well, I can't even remember leaving, so just had
That's
that.
not very professional of you, is it?
Do you know, I'd been running a bit daft with work all day. I hadn't eaten, all that excuse.
Oh,
And then,
don't give me that one.
No, but actually, I was a wee bit nervous about doing it. I don't know why.
Where's the Bangles came from?
Nervous.
I've always said them.
Wait, was it because it was with Graham Souness?
Aye, but I've done one with Graham before, but I think
Why were you nervous then?
I don't know.
Because surely when you get to know him, you've obviously interviewed him before, so you use that time to get to know him, and you kind of know you kind of probably the right questions to ask him, and you know what makes him tick. I mean, with Gerrani's a cruise when you're working with Gerrani.
That's brilliant.
So he just goes and tells his stories.
well,
but-
we done the first half, and it was just like their stories, and then the second half, we said to the guys, like, write down any questions you want, and they'll no hold back, and they did. They just said it as it was. It was really good.
Aye, good
But,
stuff.
we were even up singing "Suspicious Minds" at one point.
Graham Souness was up singing.
Graham actually asked Ian McLeod to film it so he could send it back to his wife.
All right. So was he having a few bevies?
Aye. In
He's
fact,
a disgrace, that man.
do you know you would?
Graham, that's sort of very unprofessional.
Well, do you know he came straight
He
for
wouldn't
the?
let us have a couple of beers
Oh,
back in the day.
Guess what else he had? But right,
What?
so he came straight for the airport, right, and he phoned ahead and he says, "Going to ask somebody to get me a fish supper." And Gerrani was like, "On a Friday."
So we get a sausage supper.
No, you got a fish supper.
I'll tell you a sausage supper story.
Go for it.
No, it takes too long. No, the show would
We'll
do
go
it.
all right.
Well,
Aye, but-
what about you? Were you up 10 at the weekend?
but
Quiet.
working on Saturday and just watching as many games as I can
Aye.
on the Sunday.
You just fit bod aft, aye.
Aye.
It's daft.
Just daft, aye. Probably aye. Take the foot with it, just daft. Aye. I like my football. I watch any game.
Aye.
So,
In fact, do you know what one of the questions I asked Graham? Because how many times have we heard the story for Ian Durant about the Scotland and England where
Mhm.
Durant
what was his
hooked
version?
him? Very similar to the
I
Ian's
scalped
version.
him with the ball.
Aye, but he was saying when he went into the changing room after it, he was just saying how fucking brilliant it was and all that, how that's what we need in Rangers.
Aye, that's because by the time he'd walked for the Albion over the dressing room, out of the stadium, that he'd time to think about it. It was actually Walter that stopped it. Walter stepped in and went, right, finished. Because he was thinking a few of the boys are going to pick up injuries,
No.
because we were flying into each other.
But-
So
But that was the Friday before the game on Saturday, wasn't it?
aye, but it was always
And
Scotland
they
against
ended
England.
up getting beat 3-2 or something.
And the thing with Souness, it always kind of upped me a wee bit. They always played in the England side. So
Well, you didn't let him in the Scotland side, didn't you?
I didn't want him anyway.
Nah.
But it's nice when you can play against your gaffer. But
Get a kick at him, but he would have probably he was a like
aye. But I think that's what he liked. He gave it out, but we would give a wee bit back
Aye.
as well. So I always say, once you cross that white line, whether it was training or whatever, or competitive games, doesn't matter who's in front of you. Doesn't matter what they've done in their career, how good they are, or how poor they are. You go about your business, don't you?
Because the other thing he was talking about how vital it was that he signed Terry Butcher. He says because when he signed him, he says all the other players just came to play with the England captain.
Aye, but in the thing in the dressing room as well, that he managed that dressing room, Terry, because he commands respect right away, as was quite a few other boys that were there as well. Chris Woods came at that time. Ray Wilkins comes in. These guys are world class players.
Gary Stevens.
Isn't it? Gary, Trevor, Gary. All these guys are all world class players.
It's unreal, isn't it?
So, but we love playing them. But what I'm saying is, and I think that's what soon it's like, that once we started training, playing the competitive wee games, we didn't give. We just get tore into them.
Mm-hmm.
So we did.
Yep.
So it was a good night. Anyway, Charlie, Hearts, the other week, 1-0.
Aye, good result. We should have been 4 or 5. I think Danilo's has to score 2 or 3, taking touches in the nifty, you know. But we got the result we needed and convincing enough, although they could have scored near the end. But great save with Butland again, a good block with Tav. But the game should have been out of sight then. As I said, Danilo taking 2 touches instead of just hitting the first time.
Well, Charlie, you played further forward. You were more of a goal scorer as well. Why is he taking a touch when you're six?
The confidence isn't there then, obviously. Didn't seem as comfortable hitting it first time as does taking a touch. And every time he takes a touch, somebody's getting back.
It's quite baffling, isn't it? Because the first opportunity comes in the 6-yard box. It's perfect just to sweep it.
Mm-hmm.
Just sweep it into the back of the net.
That's when you're confident. No, that's when you're a confident striker at the moment.
And a natural. Because there's a lot of debate about it, wasn't it? You know, is he a natural?
Would have had it first time.
Aye, and like most, because Kenny Miller was commentating, and Kenny was a goal scorer, and like, I think he was scratching his head, thinking, why do you just hit that first time? And that's what comes down to it's natural. Goal scorers just hit.
The goal was a great
think
goal.
About it.
Great goal, good movement. Great ball with Tav. Don't know if he meant it for Seema right enough, but it was a great run for Seema. And he could have put it anywhere, but it goes through the goalie's legs, fortunately. Yeah. And it was a strong performance. I thought the boys played well. Disappointed to see Lawrence getting off again.
Oh,
how long that's going to be?
Do you know, my heart sank? So it did when you just see him sitting, he's holding his calf, and you go, oh no, because it doesn't matter, like, even players that he's got a history of the injuries. It's just horrible, and it's horrible to see, because he's worked his backside off probably
to get back
in, you know, and you think he's got all that mountain, he's back playing, and he's happy, and we're starting to reap the rewards of seeing him on the park, and then bang, he's out for another period of time. So it was a sore one. But as what Charlie was saying there, I don't think we were at our best, but I thought we showed again brilliant character. So sometimes you don't have to play at your maximum to get out of the line.
I thought we were comfortable.
I felt that we're always going to win the game, but the but is when players are maybe not at the top of their game, they're still winning it. They're still showing enough, which is really important. And he's talking about that run. I don't think it probably was made put through for Seema. But that pace and the power of the big fella, and then just steadies himself. Don't think he even has to have a look. He kind of senses that the keeper's coming out, and it's a good strike. But we're not even. You're talking about Danilo. We missed a few other chances as well. We Ridvan as well. You're just looking for a wee bit more calmness. I don't think he covered himself in glory during the game. That's why I've got reservations about Ridvan, where he's good enough to be in your starting 11. I think he does some good things for me, Charlie, and then he does some things that are just, you go, what are you doing? Why are you giving the ball away? You know, so but it's that physicality for me. I think in the long run, I don't think Clement will want him as part of his back four.
Well, they're talking even in January starting there.
Aye.
So is there? Aye, there was rumours come out, wasn't there? A few of them, but I mean, there you see Barisic is back in, so he's had the opportunities. So it is when you get your opportunity, you've got to take it. Big time, and I don't think the wee man has.
I think he'll look for a left back in January the other day. Because Barisic is out of contract, he'll sign the contract. Has he got to sign? We don't know, but I think he'll definitely sign a left back in January.
Aye. Listen, we're going to try and get as many questions in as possible this week because obviously it's a big week. So there's Alex Kelly saying, evening lads, come on the Rangers, big week ahead and with a trophy at stake.
Massive.
And I heard before you two come in, obviously there was the guy outside waiting for autographs.
What did they say? Did they say the same thing to you?
Reserve.
Aye.
So
and I'm thinking we've not got a reserve team. It's a B team.
Well,
it's the Europeans.
Aye, so you've. Aye.
So there was a boy outside getting the two guys to sign autographs and things like that there, and he said to him he thinks we should play the reserves Thursday night, you know. But Charlie just told him you can't actually do that anyway. But
aye, because you've got your squad, but you've got there's a lot of young boys there that are obviously to make up that European squad. So, by the way, and I can agree with him because I think it's so important that we get the first bit of silverware of the season.
Sunday's the most important.
Isn't
for me.
it? So, I mean, it's lovely. It's a great tie to go and play Betis, you know, earlier in Seville's. It'll be a great experience. But it'll be a great experience to give some of the younger players that kind of let them go.
Yep.
And let's see what they can do, because what was it, a couple of years ago? I don't know what the reason. You maybe need to kind of remember me about that they played all the young ones at Tynecastle, and they were fantastic. I was at the game, and they were different gravy. So they were.
You might see on Thursday night, you might put Sterling in the middle of the park with Lundstrom.
I would rest him. I think Lundstrom's been excellent.
So you might see him doing that on Thursday. He maybe even put Leon King and Dujon Sterling in if he's obviously the priority is the cup.
Right.
They've appealed the Juventus one. They've appealed
I don't think they'll get overturned, even though I thought it was soft. But the referee on the Sky today was saying it was a red card in the photo.
Is that a Dermond, whatever you call him? Aye, he's off his chomp him. So is. But that allows Juventus to be available, isn't it, for Sunday? Does it?
We'll find out tomorrow.
But see, we appealing that. Does he not get that game?
No, but he's appealing it. You'll find out tomorrow if he's.
Is that right? I don't know. Is that the process?
I think
what do you think?
I read today.
After watching it,
I thought it was with the slow motion. It obviously does look worse.
It looks worse, doesn't it?
But when you see it in normal time, where's he meant to put his leg? He's not that kind of player anyway. But where is he meant to put his leg? I don't know where he's.
Well, the referee initially gives a yellow card, and then we're all favourite. We go to VAR, and he just says it. See, once it's slowed down, everything's slowed down, and then you get the still pictures, and it looks horrendous. What I know what they should do when they go out to the monitor, they should look at it maybe 2-3 times in real time. Aye. So don't slow it down. Don't have stills. Look at it in that real time 3 times, and then make your call. Because once you start to go and you look at all these kind of different speeds and slow down and slow motion, there's only going to be one outcome.
Did you see the Tottenham game with Callum Wilson? Did you see the boys tackling him?
It's a shocker. And what did that referee? I know.
You said it wasn't a red card.
Listen, I would drug test that guy. It's on Sky Sports, by the way. I want to know what he's on.
Check his eyes.
Has he been out with you, Charlie, on Sunday?
Honestly, man.
No, because I'm like him. I heard that as well this afternoon, and I'm going like that. What are you talking about? Yeah.
Because you seen the Romero one, wasn't it?
Have you seen it?
No, I've never seen it.
It's a shocker. It's the boy is well away, and the boy clearly knows there's intent to hurt and intent to damage. And what Juventus was, there wasn't intent to hurt, there wasn't intent to damage. He was a bit late. He was late. Aye. So a booking, but will it go overturned? I'm not so sure.
I think, like you said, see when you see it slow motion, it actually looks a lot worse than it was. But
he didn't put any. It wasn't
any pressure behind it, didn't it?
And there's another thing Charlie just touched on as well. Sometimes as referee, you need to know the player. Is he a dirty player? I don't. What we've witnessed, what we've watched so far, I don't think that's in his locker. And referees should know that. You know who you're dealing with. You know some guys that want to hurt the opponent. Aye. So you could see, I will give him a red card, but you've got to look at the player as well. What type he is? Was there intent to hurt? I don't think so. Was he late? He was late. Did he catch him? Of course he did. But I think a yellow would have sufficed.
I think ex-players should do VAR.
Aye. But then you would have he used to play with Rangers, biased.
But don't tell.
You know the game better. Whether it's a ex-Celtic player or whoever it is.
They don't know the game a lot of them, Charlie. That's the problem.
You know the game better. So.
I was at the St Mirren game at the weekend working, and there was a challenge for the big boy Baldwin, big county centre back. I think it was on wee Kilty, and tell you what, I tried to do him right, and nothing. There was no book, nothing. But you know, as a player, you know right away. You went, you're a bit naughty there. You're trying to do him, try to take the ball, but come through and make sure he did hurt him.
That's when you see the one that's getting kicked there. That's when you jump up and land and tap with the character.
There you go. Isn't it?
100%. You just land and tap with him.
Aye.
I'll just give you a couple of shout outs now, and I'll probably say this name wrong, but William McKnight is saying he's watching from Moira, County Down. So there you go.
Lovely job, like.
Hello,
And we've
William
also got
McKnight.
Frank Barrett watching from Melbourne, Australia.
Oh, I'd love to
The
be
other
in
people.
Melbourne, Australia.
So we were going to Australia.
Well, aye, Frank.
I got all excited.
No,
you send
big
us
napper.
texts. Me and him text and all
It's-
that. We started to get excited.
We need a visa for his napper at first.
Listen, there is a slight chance that we're still going to Australia next year to do about, I think it's between 4 and 6 gigs. It's still ongoing, but as soon as we hear anything,
And the guys have got to realise, I think the guys that are maybe tuned in, when we're live, we're totally different from what we are now. This is us very well behaved.
That's very well
Innit?
behaved, I know.
So we can go where no man has gone before. So we enjoy that. And the kind of interaction with punters is
We get
absolutely
caught
brilliant.
Roy Chubby Brown's next year a week, don't we?
yeah, that's bad.
And aye, but that's
People were
what
laughing.
aye, that's what it's all about.
Aye, no,
So
that was brilliant. In fact, I've still to do a wee edit of that video. I don't know what we'll be able to edit it right enough, but
But we would love to go down under. Is that-
such
Eh? I know. Are you down under at the weekend?
Big Nizzard kangaroo boomerang.
Big Nizzy. I love Big. He'd have to spoil you.
you've caught me off guard there, right? I'm just going to pick any question.
But
John Keane says, "Good evening, guys. Do you think Rangers should play a weekend team on Thursday and put out
Yes.
our strongest team possible for the cup final?" Well, you've already kind of said that.
Totally agree.
aye.
Sunday's the most important.
Aye.
Definitely.
And we're actually struggling as it is, with injuries. But if you look at it throughout the squad, what was a mark? Do we know it was a mark with Golson at the weekend? Oh.
He'll be fine for Sunday, I think.
Hopefully, So aye.
As you say, see the young Scottish ones that are in the European squad, it'd be a great experience for them getting them in that.
Why?
Just go and give them a wee run, but you never know what happens.
We're right up for it as well.
And it's not just to make up the numbers. You go out and you try, and of course, you
100%.
try to win the game. That's the obvious thing when you play with Glasgow Rangers. You win
What you
games
win.
of football. And these guys, they're at Rangers for a reason because they're top players. But what they need to be tested in is a certain environment when you're up against top class opposition in a stadium where it's going to be really hostile. Well, it's such a great place to put these boys and go, right, he can handle it. I'm not so sure about him. So it would kind of answer a few questions as well. So I'm inclined with Charlie saying, would I throw them in? Aye.
I'd have Devine at right back. I'd have Leon King in, Sterling in. Well, Yilmaz can't play, but whoever we can play, Bailey Rice.
Aye.
wee guys.
He's come in and he's out of the picture, but we don't know what the story is there. I would love to see them playing.
Aye.
Of course. And they're capable. So there.
Aye, I wonder what the heads like James Bisgrove and all that are thinking. They're probably thinking money. You need to put out your biggest team and your best team.
But Sunday's money as well. Sunday's guaranteed money for winning the
It's
cup.
the manager. That shouldn't even come into it. It's the manager's decision.
Aye.
And I think what we've seen so far, he makes it football and decisions.
He was pretty heated the other day, wasn't he, as well?
Brilliant. As I say, he get upset about a few things. But he's man enough to kind of apologise for it. And that's what happens in football games. You get upset with certain things. It's you show your emotion. But I love that when you see a manager showing that emotion, that will to win. Because I tell you what, see the players, and I don't know if Charlie was the same. See when I played under numerous managers. See when I saw my manager upset or getting annoyed with certain people and all that, I quite enjoyed that because it fired me up as well. So I don't know if that happens with this
I
current
think I've
group of players.
I've mentioned it on the chat before. I think when Archie Knox kicked the hamper and he thought it was empty and it was full.
But that emotion,
That was funny, man. That
It's
was
just that
just seen
wall,
Archie going
aye.
in the corner lap.
Brilliant. Right. Most people know I can barely even
He's got
speak
to
English.
Spain, aye.
No, most people know I can't speak English all that good, but Nunca Olividari. Is that how you say it?
Well done.
It's English. Muchas gracias, Ricky, por este radio on linea. I don't know what that means.
Right.
Online.
Is it? But Derek, I'll let you say this one because
Oh, no, don't get me.
Tabian.
I've done
Muchas
well.
gracias, El Del. We have a wee
Listen.
kiss. You get a wee kiss every week, Rafa. Nunca.
That's
Nunca, who's
lovely.
Nunca?
My boy speaks Italian, but I don't even speak English. So
Right. Dundee. We'll just move on to Dundee game. Amazing save with Butland right at the start, wasn't it, Charlie?
We gave him 2-0 doing after 5 minutes. Well, no starting properly at Ibrox. We're not starting the games
do you
quick
know?
enough.
Aye. Do you know something? I think we actually started okay, but when that one kind of
What a
that one
safety
time they
button.
got up the park, but that when the wee boy skipped past
Yep.
with 3 or 4 is, we conceded
It's a
the
great save. What a
we
save.
conceded the corner kick, but the defending for the
Oh,
corner
horrible.
kick. So if you don't win the first one, you certainly win the second. We don't even win the second, and then
we win the third, but it wasn't their player.
but Juventus, he's unbelievable. And it's like a kind of schoolboy error, because once the ball obviously travels past him, he's just focused on the ball. He's not even looking where his man is, which he's been assigned to mark. So he's not even feeling for him, not grabbing him, just feeling for him. He's not even feeling for him. He's lost him completely. And that's a schoolboy. That's
concentration. It was poor.
but just caught ball watching, and it
poor.
cost us.
But
So it did.
good goal for Dessers. See when he doesn't take a touch, because the first one he takes a touch and he hits it off the defender, then it drops to him again, and then bang, first time hit. You're like, that's what today, first time.
But what a reaction it was.
And
wasn't
then great header for Seema. And it's a penalty as well.
it? We need to tip our cap to Seema, didn't we?
He's transformed.
How
isn't he?
many goals? 14 is it?
So he must be the top goal scorer then, isn't he, in the league?
But 14 goals. How many did Kent get in the last 2 years?
Can I tell you?
6.
Was it?
If it was lucky.
The power, the pace, and do you know he's not the greatest player in the world.
Still
But,
a lot to work on, but he's
Oh,
got.
but what he gives
raw.
you everything. And I go back to that European game. Was it in Prague, where he was virtually playing like a left wing back? Aye, and he was back in the left back area. So he's prepared to do his bit for the team. But I think he's been sensational. So he has.
Aye. I'm just going through all the comments again, but coming back to the penalty, that was shocking, wasn't it? That they weren't going to give that penalty as well. And
But there's one thing you cannot do, right? Is you can't grab, you can't pull a jersey. You can feel, because that's part of the game. You can make contact. That is allowed. There's nothing against that. But as soon as you grab, then
You see him? He's actually trying to
as
jump.
soon as
for
you
the ball
grab,
and
it's a penalty kick, because we get the one up at
T-shirts-
Pataudry
his shirt's
as
never
well,
ripped off.
which was clearly a tug. So he has tugged him. Now I didn't see it only when I come back on the Saturday night, and I saw the highlights. Then I watched the game yesterday. That then you can look, because the way it was described to me, that it was never a penalty. But when I watched it, I went, "That's a penalty." Aye. So it's as soon as that you grab, it's a penalty kick.
All day long.
It's a clear,
All day long.
It's a clear penalty kick.
Aye.
That's for sure.
I mean, that could have been a high scoring game if we never get somebody sent off. But Fuentes, did you say they're going to appeal that?
They have
appealed it
already.
So
I think they find out tomorrow. I think.
Aye. As I says, we've discussed that, and I don't think there's any intent to
I think
damage.
I would rather probably have Sterling in there with a bit of aggression.
Aye.
More than Cifuentes. Just a strong boy, because Aberdeen will be up for it Sunday, as we know.
Oh, aye.
He
And
doesn't.
a bit of aggression
aye.
just right in about it. I
He-
think
Charlie-
Sterling would be like that.
Charlie, doesn't he impose
That's
impose
Cifuentes,
himself in
no.
the games? Juventus.
No,
You
but
know what we were led to believe.
it was
We
what
were,
they like.
we were ex-manager. He was going to write, so he maybe said things that he shouldn't have said. But you can see he's still a good player, but he's got to impose himself a wee bit more.
Aye.
So
Well, there's Alex Kelly saying with Fuentes red card at weekend and Jack still injured, who will play next to Lundstrom in that holding role? Sterling, Suter, or King?
Well, I would play Sterling.
Mhm.
But Suter, he could probably play in there.
So-
Just
and
get
so
that
could
good
King.
enough ability, aye.
so
Good
could
enough
King,
ability.
because
Suter going and winning headers, Sterling going and winning headers, either one. It's whatever that. I'm sure they'll sort something. But then it's obviously Clement said that at the moment McCausland's the only one that's ready for to step up. I thought Bailey Rice was going to get a chance. It's a big game to throw him in, but you learn for that, man. That'll make you.
the boys have just spoke about.
That'll
They're
give you
all
hairs in your arse.
Aye, they're all defenders, but they've all got good mobility. They're all good passers of the ball, and in that position, it's about just being keeping it simple.
Keeping it
So
simple, winning your tackles, winning your headers, getting close to your man, and then you can get Lundstrom the ball, can't move the ball, and then play for there.
And you look at the way. I mean, you're touching on Suter as well. He's at his best when he drives forward with the ball into the midfield, and he can play a pass. So maybe some.
Do you think it would shock us and play Sterling right back and put Tav in there?
I tell you what, there's another good shout. Charlie boy, so it is, aye. Because
Sure.
we've always been, a lot of people have been crying out for that, to play Tav further forward,
So,
you know,
I think-
because
but I think he could play in that position.
Mhm.
And
Aye.
that's another good shout as well,
maybe
isn't it?
take Sterling right back and put Tav in the middle.
Do you know, I was running a bit daft, obviously trying to get back here.
No,
for-
you get it. No,
in the
take
traffic.
that back.
The
Running.
traffic.
You're only running.
Not driving a bit daft, trying to get here on time.
Yeah.
And I actually forgot to say a big thank you to our sponsors. So
Oh,
big thank you to our
outrageous, by the way.
sponsors plugged in.
Somebody text you in there.
No, I've just realised that. You know what it was like? Used to were signing autographs on that downstairs, and it was like last minute. So a big thank you to Plugged In IT Business Solutions, Lounge 72, SSAFA, and Park Construction. You can get them all on our website, which is all about thegers.co.uk.
I done Stan's podcast on Thursday night.
Right.
And
It's not patching this.
It was nowhere near it. Nah, good podcast. But it was nearly finished the show, but after they said thanks to the sponsors. Well, how many sponsors?
Oh, there's about 30 or something.
Is it?
Aye.
That matter? It's crazy, isn't it?
No. Anyway,
That's right.
sorry, no, our big friend Stuart. Remember Stuart that took us down to Corby, and
Yeah.
you met him doing in
Aye, good
Workham
lad.
as well, didn't you? But
Mhm.
he's saying, what do the guys think of maybe starting Seema through the middle as main forward on Sunday?
I've been nearly McCann.
I would like seeing it through the middle.
Well, you look at him, his movement, that we're talking about the pace, the power. Defenders hate
Yeah,
that.
he's going to go Seema through the middle and then bring Matondo in.
Good,
Into the
aye.
left.
Aye. But,
I hope he starts McCausland because the wee man deserves to start.
Aye, I think he does.
by the way, and there kind of take us back to the Hearts game. I was shouting and bawling in the house when I seen it. Lammers with the wee boy McCausland. Did you see it?
No.
Boys played into Lammers, and Lammers. He should have took a touch. He should bring it down. He doesn't. He gives the ball away and he turns and he has a go. With McCausland.
That's right. I seen
Me
that.
McCausland that night was excellent, Charlie.
I didn't see him.
Right, he was excellent, and me McCausland has been excellent, and he is excellent, and he said he had a good game, and it kind of upped me to see an experienced player having a go at a young boy that's just come into the side, because you'd never know how they're going to react. Now the way to react is you gave the ball away, right? So Lammers gives it away, so be disappointed in yourself, but don't take it out on the young fella. Now, see if it was the young fella, and it wasn't his fault anyway, Charlie, right? But see if it was, then you just have a quiet word with him. You see, maybe he could have made that run. But it wasn't his fault. But just that reaction towards him. Oh, by the way, there was nearly a glass going through the telly. So it was when I was sitting there, and I don't know. Did you not notice it?
I did notice it now.
I mean, I'm listening, and the reason I say it is because Lammers, and we all want him to do well. Of course we do. He's a Rangers player, but he hasn't been having a good time, as we know. But I didn't at one point throughout the season have I seen any of the players having a go at him. Which they could have.
100%.
They could have had a right, but not one of them, because it's a team game and you've got to keep guys way all the time. No, I don't know. Maybe be McCausland. Maybe he'll just brush that off, but you just don't know. And
So you don't want me McCausland then get into his shell a wee bit.
I know that's what I was raging about.
Right.
That's what could happen. The wee man's gonna go, right, okay, I'm not allowed to do a mistake, even though it's a mistake. Or he'll shout at me, bugger that off. So
I was going towards the end, and I just thought, my God, come on, why are you even? The Rangers players have been so patient with you. Maybe the fans have lost a bit of patience. Maybe I've lost a wee bit of patience with Lammers because he's came for good money, and you look at where he's came for, who he's played with, the money involved and all that. But you're an experienced boy. Don't treat young players like that. Treat them with a wee bit more respect.
Well, do you know, that Soonest and Durant night, I was at one of the questions was about Lammers, and basically they said the exact same what you said the other week.
Technical.
Aye, but he might be doing something in training that we don't see. Yeah. He says, but maybe just kind of wear that jersey and play in front of the 50,000 fans.
And that's what I'm trying to say about maybe playing some of the younger boys on Thursday, Charlie, what you're talking about, is to see what their mentality is, how they handle these situations. By the way, it's easy to play. I'm going to say it. It's easy to play in training and hit balls into the top corner and all that, me flicks and the tricks. The time to do it is when you're under a bit of pressure, when you're expected to deliver, when you've got 50,000 people expecting you to put on a performance, to win games of football, to play at your top level. That tells you everything about players. So, listen, who was it? Somebody says, I know, says, oh, aye, he's I tell you what, it was on our podcast, it was a Rangers one. I think it was a journalist kind of guy saying, but he is a good player. He's really
good feet.
Good feet. You know, he's really technical. Well, I tell you what.
Nothing. I don't think
Well, I tell you what, Charlie. Hey, I watch a lot of Championship football. There's a lot of good technical players. By the way, there's probably a lot of good technical players up and down the country in pubs. The reason they never made it at the top level is because it's this thing between your ears. You've got to be able to handle that, innit?
The two eyes and that.
I've got a big massive nose, but you've got to be able to handle that, and that makes the difference. Because you've heard that he was a better player than him. Well, why is that guy playing at the top level when you're playing with maybe at like a junior level? It's because the guy who's playing at the top level is get a good mentality. Strong mentality to be able to handle that.
There's Stuart Boyd online saying things can't be that bad as we're now only 5 behind when we're playing poor. Big changes needed in January, so hope the board give PC money to get new guys in and weed out the ones that are murder. But the problem is trying to get rid of those players, isn't it?
It's not going to be easy. They're signing 3-4 year deals. It depends if some of them want to go, if they feel the pressure, or obviously Dowell and that's not playing. They'll probably want to leave. Because you're not happy with a manager if you're not playing. It's always a manager you don't like if you're not playing. It's simple. Yeah. So they'll probably maybe leave, maybe go on a free somewhere. I don't know if we'll get rid of Lammers or if somebody will take a chance in Holland with him or whatever. I don't know. But as I said, we always want the guys to do well. Dessers and that as well. Dessers scored a good goal on Saturday, first time, bang, after hitting the defender with the first one. But it was good to see him get a goal.
I thought Dessler was looking a lot better on Saturday. No.
The one thing you'll never aim at Dessers, he tries his heart out. Maybe he's
always the last bit, I think.
Maybe he's no good at it's that
Jigsaw,
for whatever reason.
Jigsaw, you call him? Every time he gets in the box, it goes to pieces.
Listen, we've got to keep him because we've got to back him at the minute. I don't think there will be a lot of changes. I think if we bring in 2, we'll be doing well. But the thing is, and I think that's that a conversation has to be had between the manager and certain players, because do they players just want to be warm on the bench? No, you should be going out and loan and try to play. So maybe that's that will maybe happen behind the scenes. There'll be a lot of work being done.
We need to bring 3 or 4 in before we really let any go, because the squad's thinning now.
But really, some of them I'd like to. You want to play football, and some of them are clearly not going to be. Probably in Clement's starting 11. So get out and loan.
20 minutes.
Go out and play football. Earn your living. So
if somebody said to see me through the middle earlier, but if Ruth's fit for me, he starts on Sunday. He starts on Sunday.
But that's the big if he's fit.
He can't get injured yesterday. They only played 20 minutes.
Do you know one of my main worries is with the transfer window, somebody comes in for Butland.
Well, did we not talk about that last week? Get him signed up. Surely that's been
4-year deal. Is not going anywhere unless a mega deal comes in for him.
By the way, Charlie, he's a top, as we know, he's a top keeper. By the way, I think they'll be looking down south at him. That's quite scary. That
I'm sure he'll be happy with us playing in front of 50,000.
30-year-old or something, eh?
But the thing is, Charlie, money talks, and the money that they can offer him down south. Is incredible.
Shot there, £3 enough. But the thing is, I think he's kind of found a place where he's starting every week. He's playing in Europe. He's playing in big games. He's playing in cup finals on Sunday. So I think he'll be quite.
I hope so. By the way, Charlie,
he's enjoying. It looks as if he's enjoying himself.
Charlie,
and the fans have
you're right.
And
I get that. That is important that you're happy and you're the environment that you're playing.
It reminds me of a Loudrup and a Gaza kind of thing.
Think so? Aye.
But the two of them were comfortable with the weather, were happy. Obviously, Louders went to Chelsea in the end, but Gaza never wanted to leave. It was obviously the chairman at Sultan. But
yeah, maybe Christmas present. Sorry, why not getting him signed up in a longer deal?
I think he's 4-year deal. I don't think there's any problem there.
But I think when you think of obviously McGregor, that's like big boots or big gloves to fill in it, you know. So he's done it seamlessly, innit?
Yeah, well, he's done great. It's been a great signing.
Just you're saying big boots, big gloves. I'm just looking at his.
I was about to swear there.
A big hat, a massive hat.
Right, here's Alex Kelly. I'm just going to change the subject. Alex Kelly, will we go get Shanklin from Hearts in January? Give them Lowry to seal the deal. I would actually like to see Lowry back. He said a striker is a must. But
like Barry Kerr said as well. 3 mil for winning and topping the group. I get that, understand that.
No, we're lacking in that area,
Conference.
aren't we?
No reason
Badly.
why we can't win. Of course, we can win both games, but I think we really need the cup final just for everybody, just to get a smile back in everybody's face. Although them getting beat yesterday helped. Because as Ricky says, if we win all our games from now to the end of the season, we'll be the top of the league. There's Einstein there.
Yeah.
He meant December. If we win all our games,
I know.
Shankland's a good player.
December.
He is a good player, and you think that the chances that Rangers and a Rangers side, he would. I mean, at Hearts, he maybe gets 2-3 opportunities per game. At Rangers, you get 6 or 7. You can see him hitting the back of the net. The only thing is, I think sometimes we've got to see that a bit quicker, and do our business a bit earlier. I think I think Hearts will want too much money.
Aye.
And I don't think is he worth 3 to 5 million? Aye.
I think if we offer 2 million, we get
He
him.
is.
Aye.
He is.
I
But
think
then
if we offer 2 million, we
it's
get him.
it's quite gone, and you think what we've spent in some of the other players.
How much would you be willing to spend on Shankland then?
I think 2 million, you get him.
I'm not so sure. By the way, I think it'd be near a 3, and you've just said it earlier. Lowry might be through in there, but I'm a wee bit like you, Ricky. I think he's a player I'd like to see back in the blue jersey. I think he's a talented boy. I think it was the right decision to go out and loan and go out and play and prove yourself. And he's a player that he comes alive in the final third. He plays that killer. The way kind of Charlie played, he had that vision. He could play the killer boys.
I don't think Lowry will ever get a proper chance. So
I think so.
unfortunately.
I know it's. Why
don't
is
know
that
if
with the younger boys and some of the?
I don't think
If it's the Scottish talent that we don't give them those opportunities. It's and it's really frustrating.
Obviously, he's been there with now 3 managers now, and the other ones. Well, Gerrard, he was there with, wasn't he?
Right.
Then he was there with Giovanni. Then he was there with Michael Beale, and he didn't play under any of them. Maybe Giovanni gave him maybe a chance, but now he's at Hearts. He's not playing every game at Hearts. And then they might bring Hadji back, who's probably played before Lowry. Cantwell plays before Lowry at the moment. Lammers plays before Lowry, obviously, because Lowry's on loan. But we might as well doing a pecking order, unfortunately.
But we're short up top, so we need to. I mean, Charlie was talking about
We need an out-and-out striker.
Barisic, bringing in a left back because he's not going to be offered another contract. He's going to run it down.
Offered, I think he has
Has he been offered?
Well,
Well,
talking
that's a bit worrying.
With so many people at the weekend, and saying, why did we ever get rid of Cholak? I mean, why did we ever get rid of
I
Cholak?
don't understand why we got rid of Colac.
I heard another, as I say, I don't just watch loads of football. I watch a lot of the Rangers podcasts as well. And one of the guys says that Cholak was the right decision to let him go. And he was actually kind of trying to talk about Dezer's been better than Cholak, which I can't remember the guy's name. Is it one of the journalist guys? I stuck the head in my kitchen table.
Colac scored 18 goals and missed 3 months for the season.
Well, I know what it was. I think the guy says it was like he says he wouldn't suit Clement's style,
But it wasn't Clement to get rid of him.
I know, but do you want to know what he is? What is he? He's a boat. He comes alive in the box. He knows where the back of the net is. You can't get these guys.
But Bill didn't want that, didn't he?
He gets the ball, but somebody can
No,
score
he didn't
goals.
want that kind of player just hanging about an 18-yard box.
But see, Colac, the ball comes up to him, he bounces it,
do
he
you
gets in
think-
the box, he bounces it, a links up play, gets in the
But
box.
I don't think Colac was just a box
He
player.
didn't work hard
Aye.
enough for. That was probably.
But I don't think, because I think the way maybe he's had been playing previous years is he's probably been told, no, this is where you should be in the box. But sometimes managers look for
It's like
extra thing.
Marco Negri never moved.
I
until he
look
got
at
the ball.
it. No, Marco was
Marco-
phenomenal.
He never moved. He would never run about until he get the ball. The ball for the yard either side him, he wouldn't move. And I love Marco. He's a great player.
Because as soon as you say Marco Negri, you just smile.
Aye, some guy.
Just
Isn't
That
he?
is a brilliant guy.
Some goals he could score, but his thought process was,
Great guy.
I'm not running about and make myself knackered when I'm in that box to score goals. It's when he comes alive.
I don't know if you know this, but see, when I was doing all that Rangers First stuff, and we were doing a thing, it was a £500 lifetime to join Rangers First. Marco Negri was one of the first guys to actually phone up and ask to pay for that. So he was.
Is he? He's a guy.
So,
For Bologna as well. That's where he stays.
was he? Aye.
Do you see him when you go there?
No, I've
Must be a guy like you then.
I've never seen him. I don't know.
Contact him.
I don't know. I think there was an offer there when Lewis first went earlier, but Lewis is fine. You know, and
But even meet up with Marco and get a lunch or something.
Aye, that'd be good.
it's not that. But you think I'm there every weekend? I wish I was there every weekend.
It's nearly every weekend.
No.
Every second, innit?
I wish, but
Just moving on to the Betis game, I'll just read out this one for Ali Quinn. Leon King never played for nothing on Saturday. He might be a surprise pick for Thursday. I would put him in.
Well, Sterling came on as well in the midfield, did he not?
and I would not have a problem with that whatsoever. Because I like King. I think he's a good player, and to play in that area, good mobility, isn't he?
I think
good
they might go
passing
with
as
Tav.
well.
I've just think they might go with Tav.
You threw that one in. That just threw a wee grenade in there.
Sterling right back, Tav in the middle.
Aye. That's actually quite a good. That's not a bad shout.
Charlie must have heard something. From
He's
his-
in it.
his mate.
Have a hell, not have a hell.
He's got inside
Yeah,
information.
that's
Have a
there,
hell, I
that's
swear
what
to you, I've not.
I like the sound of that as well.
Does sound good. But how would you set up? Would you just go with the young ones?
Personally, I would.
Aye.
Right, but I don't think it'll
He'll
happen.
not go with
He'll
that. He'll
not.
have to. You go and want to win a game. It's a pride, isn't it? You still want to win every game, and I'm not saying the young ones when they make us win a game, it'd be more difficult. But they're without about 6 or 7 players.
And the reason I don't think, we're trying to give reasons why you should play some of the younger boys. If you listen to Clement, he always says, I just go game by game. He doesn't look too far ahead. I just wish you would, because if you knew how we all feel about this game on Sunday, it's massive. So it's so big. And against, when we talk about it, they're just as big a rival as Celtic, isn't they? Because
100%.
It's like that.
I actually hate them.
like
I hate them more than Celtic.
well, there you go. I mean, hate's a strong word, but
No.
but
Dislike them then.
but it is, isn't it? It's such, and vice versa. I think they'll be playing a full strength team. They're playing Frankfurt on Thursday. Did they scalp Bayern Munich at the weekend?
5-1.
Was it something crazy?
Aye.
So it was. So they'll rest a few. That's for sure, because it's big for them. But I just think I'd like to see a few of the youngsters given an opportunity and rest a few.
For them and just,
See what he's saying there about Tav as well. I mean, even Guy Devine again. And I mean, Tav plays every game, every minute. Just maybe give him a wee breather. But we'll see. I know it'll probably be a full strength team, won't it? What he's got available.
But the hatred against Aberdeen has been there for years, because that was another question on Friday night. Somebody asked Souness about the tackle on Durant. And do you know what he said? He said if I was on the park, that wouldn't have happened. Because he would have probably took him out first, enough. But
aye. I listen, and do you know something I see? When Ian was asked that question a few years back, his reaction was totally different. I think he handles it really well now. So he does. I think it was kind of played a wee bit in his mind, and by God, you can see why. But he answers it and he handles it totally different, But it was horrific, and we all know that.
but I think the whole thing that day, and Neil Simpson, he was a good football player, Neil Simpson. It ruined his career. It did. I think it mentally it didn't help him, but I think it was the fact that we'd signed Neil Cooper. And then he scored the first goal for Rangers that day. And
See,
that kind of
I used to play against they too. I wasn't at that game. I was injured when at that game. Durant picked up that horrendous injury, but it was always Simpson, Cooper in the middle of the park. And by the way, they put it about, so you had to give a wee bit back. I don't know, tell you a story, because I was waiting, and I was supposed to win out with Durant that night. So I was playing. Wasn't playing? Was I playing reserves? I was injured. I'm not sure. I think I might have been even the reserves, to be honest with you. Right. But I was waiting, and Durant come down. But it was Alan, his brother. Phoned and says, "Oh, he's picked up a wee injury, a wee niggle." He says he'll probably meet you later on. So we went to certain places, never turned up. And do you want to know how I knew? I come out to a club about 4 o'clock in the morning, and the guy's selling the Sunday papers, and I see it. I see the tackle, and then the next thing I'm on to Ruby, and where is he? He's in hospital. Fucking there,
horrible.
I was absolutely devastated, man. But I'd been giving him pelters earlier night, going, where is he? He fella's no turned up.
It's not like coming to miss a night out either.
No, I know.
Moving on to the final. So Robert Elliott, he's saying we need to win the cup on Sunday.
Sorry, Paul.
He's saying Robert Elliott saying we need to win the cup on Sunday, set us up nicely for the rest of the season. Well, you've already said that, how big a difference it would make if we win this.
100%. 100%. It's a must win. Although getting through, I think we've got more chance to win the Europa Conference, but we would have the Europa League.
Aye.
I know that I want to throw. You might win the Europa League, of course you do. But the other Liverpool and all that, Aston Villa and all these teams in it. But Sunday for me is a massive
The
game.
feel good factor. First bit of silverware. The fans can go and have a party as well.
Is it not the last 2 years we've been beating the final? Is it?
It's just, but it's everything that comes. The momentum that we've got at the minute that carries on. The feel good. I'm the feel good factor. It's magical. You know what I mean? People go, it's just the League Cup. Sometimes you've heard that. It's a cup final. And why do you get to cup finals? Not just about the players. It's a day out for all the punters.
100%.
All the punters. That's how it's magic. And see if you win that, and you may be sitting in that dressing room, you get champagne, you've got your medal. But the thing is, you know they're all going away to party. They're all going away with a smile on their face. That's it. That's what the fuck was all about.
It's going to be good. Aye, right, we're actually near the end of the show, but we've actually got some really sad news. I don't know if you remember a couple of weeks ago, we done a Lounge 72, done a charity gig with Gordon Keane. So John Keane said, just want to say, guys, Alex Rutherford is now in hospital in Edinburgh. Sadly, at the end of life care. Many thanks for your support, guys, especially Gordon Keane and Kevin. So our thoughts go out to Alex's family. It's horrible news.
Thoughts for his family, guys.
So anyway, results for, what are we doing? Thursday and Sunday. Quickly, because that is us nearly end of the show already.
Thursday, I'll take a draw, and I want some of the young boys playing. Sunday, by the way, just get fired up. They'll raise their game. We know that. We've spoken about it hundreds of times, so just win the game on Sunday. I don't care how we win it. Do you know that?
100%.
I don't care.
I think a draw on
just
Thursday
win it,
and then a good 2-3-1 victory on Sunday.
Just right up for it.
I'm no bored. Just win.
Right.
Be any manner of means.
100%.
Oh.
I don't know if I can get a prediction. 1-0 Thursday and 2-0 on Sunday.
Aye.
And where are you watching it Sunday, by the way?
I'm at the game.
Oh, you at the game? Are you in hospitality? Aye. Nice.
Lucky you. I'm here in Bologna,
Oh,
so
no,
I'll
nice.
watch. I'll
Used
watch.
to away. I used to away in
Aye.
holidays.
Well, no, I'll watch it and then make my way down to his game because he doesn't kick off to 5 o'clock. So I'll be able to watch again.
Where are you, Ricki?
I know, I was just about to say, well, obviously Lounge 72, it's no tickets for Lounge 72 this weekend, it's just fire in everybody. So that'll be a good atmosphere. We've also got 2 or 3 supporters buses coming before the game, which will be brilliant. But I'm over in Flower, Scotland, did I tell you that?
All right.
So I'm over at John Hill's pub from
So
Thursday.
earlier
Thursday's 25 degrees.
That's rubbish, isn't it?
So remember, I've still got a spare room, by the way.
Mind to take that massive sombrero.
No, I bought that specially made hat for me. It wasn't specially made, I actually bought it for Sweden.
Roxy Bears.
But and then that is the end of the show. But
Cheers,
thanks again, guys.
Right, see you in Australia.
See you in Australia next year. But thanks again to our sponsors, Plugged In Business Solutions, Lounge 72, SSAFA, Park Construction and Plant Hire. And we're not actually, in fact, we're not next week, Monday, are we?
Because you're away
and he's in Bologna.
I could maybe.
I would have come back.
I could set it up. No, I could set it up remotely. You can do it on your phones. We'll see what happens.
I'm hopeless.
We'll see what happens. I'll show you how to do it.
Right.
We'll see what happens. But thanks
Cheers,
again.
guys.
Make sure you share this to everybody. All right, and we'll see you again maybe next week. But if not, we'll be back the week after.
Yep.
Will we?
See you guys.
Take care.
Good night.